Well, it looks like Tszyu is going to fight Keith Thurman March 30th in Las Vegas. Um, I am surprised at this fight because it came out of nowhere. And again, I don't know if this is true. I'm just going by what I saw on the social media platforms. And it's unfortunate that Charlo moved up to 168 to face Canelo for the paycheck. And that's fine. You can do whatever you want for the money. That's fine. He went there for the paycheck. He didn't try to win. And he had to give up one of his belts, which I believe Tszyu has. So I'm pretty sure that the Charlo fight versus Tszyu is never going to happen. And to me, that's a duck. I know that people are saying, well, why that he wouldn't duck Tszyu? He moved up to face Canelo. Well, it's a duck because it doesn't matter that he fought Canelo. He didn't fight the guy next in line for his belt in his weight class, right? So that was a cherry pick for Canelo. And it was a money grab for Charlo because, as you all saw, he didn't try to win that fight. And Tszyu is on his way to doing great things. So it seems he beat the last guy he beat was, what's the kid's name? Brian Mendoza. He beat Brian Mendoza. Brian Mendoza is the last guy, his last good win. Or, well, if you want to call it a good win, to me, he beat Fondora. To me, it was a easy fight. I believe Fondora is just a weight bully who, on fight night, losing all that weight caught up to him. I never thought anything of Fondora. Wasn't impressed by him at all. So to me, it was a pretty good win for Tszyu, but to go and fight Keith Thurman, to me, is a cherry pick. And if you're trying to chase greatness, I think I'd be more vocal in trying to fight some more guys at your own weight class. Because it seems that we live in a boxing era where cherry picking is starting to become the norm. I mean, it's happening in almost every weight class now, and these guys are picking certain fights that kind of fools you into believing it's not really a cherry pick. But if you really pay attention to some of these fighters, some of these popular fighters, right? It's a cherry pick. Some of these guys are actually cherry picks with good names, right? Or okay names. The last time Keith Thurman fought was in 2022. Okay? 2022. February of 2022. He is on a 2-year layoff, moving up in a weight class that he only fought once or twice, I believe, on his debut. His few fights, I believe. Okay, he is not a 154-pound fighter. He hasn't beat any top 154-pound fighter. He hasn't fought any 154-pound fighter. Tszyu right now is doing what we call cherry picking. And Al Heyman is feeding Thurman to the wolves because he doesn't care about him. And he needs Tszyu to have a name on his resume to give a little shine to him. Unfortunately, there isn't any big names at 154 other than Charlo, and that's not going to happen. Like I said, if I was Charlo's advisor, I would not go back down to 154. As everyone who knows boxing knows, once you move up in weight and gain that much weight and move back down, even though we're in the rehydration era, it is still a dangerous task. It is still a dangerous thing to do. Losing all that weight from 168 to go back down to 154. Because I tell you this, if Charlo goes and fights Tszyu at 154, Charlo will lose that fight. And that is my opinion. But it remains to be seen, because I'd like to see those two guys fight. But here we have Keith Thurman, who obviously needs the money. He doesn't really care about 147 anymore, because obviously with the 2-year layoff, he can't make 147. And this is probably a fight that was never on his mind, was never on his radar. This was probably a fight that was never a thought. But unfortunately, he can't make the weight right now, probably ever. 2-year layoff in your 30s is not, it's not good. It's just not good, you know. And so my thoughts, my main point to this is a money grab fight, an attention getter fight for Tszyu. When Tszyu beats Thurman, and he will beat Thurman, it's just going to be one of those things where it's a fight that he was supposed to win, and it's a cherry pick. And I'm disappointed in this fight. I'm disappointed in Tszyu. Tszyu, you are cherry picking, and you're making PBC look really bad right now. You're making PBC look really bad right now. And like I said, I don't know whose fault it is, but it's too bad that Charlo ducked you to move up to 154. And to 168 to face Canelo. And he didn't try to win. And the fans saw that. We all saw that. And so it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think down there about this cherry pick. This is an obvious cherry pick. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is the MOBC, my own boxing community.